What is up, you guys? This is Alden in Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you an informational video on pretty much what is happening with Gazillion and what the future is with Marvel Heroes, or what I think the future of Marvel Heroes would basically be. And yeah, so I'm going to be reading these word for word on two different sites. I'm going to be looking at Reddit and massivelyyop.com. They both have information from one of the lead developers, which obviously he had just quit working with Gazillion, so that's a huge, a huge thing right there. I will be also having a gameplay in the background, so you guys can watch that as I speak. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So on massivelyyop.com, it says Marvel Hero Studio Gazillion has fallen eerily silent. Here's what we know. We've updated below with Gazillion's statement made at 3:15 p.m. Eastern downtime, or EDT, whatever. Something weird is going on at Gazillion. On October 20th, the studio delayed its regular Friday Marvel Heroes update summary, promising details on Monday. Almost 2 weeks later, that update still hasn't arrived, nor has the Marvel Heroes Twitter account been active, even through the Halloween, traditionally a big season for that team. But this year, this was no event at all on the PC this year. What has arrived, at least one key studio community rep leaving, Frank Phoenixian Sanchez, aka Red Phoenix or Phoenix Red, who announced yesterday he's made a decision to move on. In casual posts from Gaz's The Dink regarding Thor skins, which have thus far been announced only on the German language PlayStation blog. Update, there's been that's since been removed, but now it's on the Dutch blog. A month ago, the studio first shocked fans by casually announcing a new VR virtual reality game for consoles, and then frustrated PC fans by releasing a console exclusive patch in continuing promise to unify the three platforms in November, which you might notice is now. So those the console exclusive patch is the Omega system, the Omega Prestige and Omega difficulty, which has not been added on PC yet, which I don't think is going to be added until next year, if Gazillion or Marvel, if Gazillion has the license still. While some Redditors point to license issues or lack of support for the PC version, causing financial woes for the company and measurable loss of players on the PC specifically, others believe the issue is current CEO Dave Dorman, and who has been publicly accused by former colleagues of alleged inappropriate conduct toward female employees at the studio over the span of several years. So a lot of employees at Gazillion are pretty much claiming that the CEO, Dave Dorman, has been sexually harassing the female employees since basically like Gazillion had started working on Marvel Heroes, pretty much. So this is quotes, "I knew about this behavior a couple of years ago, as did the members of the board from that time and other executives in the community, company, even before they made him CEO." Former Gazillion creative director Jeff Doomsaw Donay wrote 2 weeks ago, I could have said something, and they certainly have the power to do something about it. I know they feared that Marvel would find out and it would harm the license renewals or the business, but that's no excuse. I didn't say very much because I had friends at the company, and I still do, and I didn't want them to lose the Marvel license and have to close the company. But reasons like that are why people like Dave Dorman get away with it for so long. So that's pretty big. A lot of Gazillion's employees knew about the sexual harassment, but were afraid to tell Marvel or Disney about it because they were scared about, or they were scared that they might lose the license, and the employees that work there would obviously not be working anymore. And we all should know that it's not easy getting a job, even with all the requirements that we have, like, you know, it isn't easy to get a job, so it would be pretty frustrating to lose that job, especially if you enjoy doing that job, other than the fact that, you know, the CEO might be sexually harassing you. Indeed, some players are now calling for Disney and Marvel's intervention to remove Dorman and repair the studio. We reached out for a statement from Gazillion this morning, and we'll report back if they provide one. Update: Gazillion has issued the following statement to Massively OP. So these are quotes again. Gazillion would like to assure everyone that the company is functioning normally. We remain a strong publisher / developer with many talented individuals working hard daily to keep us that way. Yes, we just lost 2 remote community representatives, but that's not super abnormal in games. We love them both, wish them all the best in the world, and will gladly welcome them back if their next adventure doesn't work out. Regarding allegations related to Gazillion staff, if there were indeed any reported cases of harassment here at Gazillion, they would be handled with the utmost seriousness, respect, and confidentiality due the complainant and in accordance with California law and company policy. We have absolutely zero tolerance for harassment, any type of harassment, sexual or physical, anything. It is maybe worth pointing out that all information related to this issue thus far has come from unsubstantiated internet accusations, which in most cases themselves come from other unsubstantiated accounts found on the internet. We have followed up these statements. So this is after, you know, Gazillion recorded. This is the actual website. We have followed up this statement with a second series of more specific questions. Update: MOP reader Dexy Moon has also pointed us to a stream during which former Gazillion CEO David Brevik and his wife discussed the accusations about Dorman in response to a watcher question. The Breviks don't really confirm anything specific, suggesting that players should do their own internet research. David Brevik notes that any comments he made would be perceived as sour grapes, that Weinstein-like behavior happens a lot among rich dudes in the gaming industry who lack boundaries and consequences, and that he'd be concerned about the livelihoods of everyone involved if he commented. Miss Brevik uses the word douchebag and says she has no such compunctions about speaking up. Indeed, she tells people to have a look at the public record. When Brevik suggests that there aren't many problems going on at Gazillion right now, his wife guffaws loudly. I'm not sure what guffaws means, but I'll look that up later. But both appear to agree that little can be done on the company end if victims don't come forward. Shitty as it is, when it means a victim's entire career is over, it's not clear whether they are speaking specifically or generally there, though it came in response to a question about what the community could do for the victims at Gazillion. So it sounds like to me that pretty much everyone knows about this, but they don't want Marvel or, you know, Disney to find out, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna find out probably after this video's posted. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, even if they looked on Google and found this, they're gonna ask questions, you know. So like, to me, I feel like they should come up and speak up, because I mean, that's part of, you know, being responsible and being a human being, because you don't want to, one, you don't want to be sexually harassed by someone, and two, you shouldn't be a standby watching someone else being sexually harassed. So in my opinion, I think someone should tell Marvel, or let Marvel or Disney intervene with the situation, get the CEO fired and find a new one, someone who is better obviously at the job anyways. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's a little crazy. So all that was from Massively Yawp. I'm gonna be looking at the Reddit page of what Doomsaw had been saying. He posted a lot about this. So let's see. Right here, state of the game PC. No. So it says, hey Marvel, hey Disney, you should look into the CEO of Gazillion. So I'm pretty sure someone, maybe it was Doomsaw. I don't really know how Reddit works. I don't know if someone said that or if that was Doomsaw from Gazillion, or ex-Gazillion member, former creative director had stated this. So like I said, I don't know really how Reddit works, so I can't necessarily see the other comments, but I'm just gonna read what I see here. I believe in due process also. My point was, so this is all what Doomsaw says. My point was not to judge the company by the CEO only, as all of the people I worked with at Gazillion were amazing, hardworking, brilliant folks who wouldn't hurt a fly. They deserve a lot from their leadership. The next one says, while I know exactly what's happening right now, but I will let them speak for themselves when they think the time is right. I don't want to get involved with their business. I don't want to work there anymore. What they choose to do is up to them, and I understand it's very complicated. I bet 99% of the staff wants to do the right thing, but aren't in a position to do it because of lack of specific information or authority to do so. It would break my heart if shitty behavior, leadership, or careless decisions impacted the jobs of the regular folks at Gazillion who don't have the luxury of executive positions, especially knowing it could have been avoided. So, like I guess it's that kind of backfires of what I said, because I was saying like it would be good for them to tell, but I guess, I mean, since I don't work there, I can't really put myself in that situation. So I mean, I suppose I can see it in their perspective. If they had Marvel or whoever intervene with this, then they would be at risk of losing their job too, even though they're doing the right thing at stopping the CEO from sexually harassing the female employees. They would be at risk at losing their job as well, because the company, like Gazillion, would probably get shut down because they would be losing their license to Marvel. So yeah, that's fair enough. I'll share my personal opinion on their business with a caveat, I don't know, it's CAVEAT, that I'm not there anymore. If you have a loyal community on any platform, which we did on PC, don't disenfranchise them while trying to add a new platform. We worked for a couple of years to build up a strong community, and even though it was small by some standards, it still represented a big chunk of revenue and goodwill. So the drop in PC player base could have been avoided while still making a solid console project. It's clear from the layoffs in the summer and other changes from that the strategic decision has already made or already had massive repercussions and will ultimately end the project. So, like, the way I'm seeing this comment is pretty much PC obviously lost a lot of the players because due to the fact that the developers had to kind of not focus on PC anymore rather than focus on both, or even split the team up to focus on PC and console. I'm guessing they pretty much took everyone but maybe like one or two people to work on PC and had them work on console, and trying to have console catch up with PC. But in a sense, we kind of skipped with what PC has and just jumped right over what they have. So console is still technically missing a bunch of stuff, but we have things that PC doesn't have, which is probably a real big reason why PC players have been dropping, because console players are getting things that the PC players should have been getting before us, which I can feel for them. That definitely would suck, especially if you've been playing this game since the beginning and you haven't really seen a big change. It doesn't really, it's not a good feeling. Next thing he says, agreed, I think they need to have a daily official update for players, which I've always said are the real boss of the company, before players should be expected to invest further money. Very few millionaires play the game, and every dollar is valuable, so treat the customers right and stop bullshitting. If they can't assure you with that the game is going to be open in a month or so from now, then there's a problem. I hate saying that because there are dozens of human beings working at Gazillion that could lose their jobs because of shitty management decisions. So again, I mean, Gazillion members, employees don't want to lose a job, so they have to follow the rules even though they don't agree with it. They don't agree with it, and then they, I guess, if they try to talk back or try to even maybe reason with whoever's in charge, the CEO or whoever else, they could be put on that line of, you know, possibly getting fired. So they that's where all the microtransaction, like all the really unnecessary microtransactions come from. The next thing, I think you're right that it would be very difficult. So I think the key would be rolling out fewer changes at once, being very selective about the system changes are being made. Alright, so the next thing, which was the last post, a League of Legends ARPG with a level of quality would be insane. They would have a big head start with their IP being established and other lore touchpoints, including factions, regions that are well defined. I agree that gender locking needs to be abandoned as much as possible. I talked to some fellow developers about that very issue yesterday. I just played Destiny 2 nonstop until max level on all 3 characters, and I'm already burned out, so I'm looking for another game to really get into. Lost Ark looks pretty decent, but I haven't dug into it enough to see how base system and replayability are set up. So I guess on the first part of what this was, of this comment with League of Legends ARPG, I think they're talking about like if they made League of Legends kind of how Marvel is made. I think that would be pretty dope if a company had done that. If I don't know, but yeah, I don't think that really matters with this whole situation here. But anyways, like with the part where he was pretty much saying about we shouldn't, I'm pretty sure he was saying like we shouldn't be putting money into the game if we're not given any date or any time on, or a time frame or anything of what is going to be released, or pretty much anything about the game. If we're not being given any information, why should we be giving any money? That's pretty much what I got from one of his quotes, and I 100% agree with it. And if that's not what he was saying, then that's what I'm saying. If we're not getting any information about this, we shouldn't be putting any money. And hopefully they can get this whole thing situated, this whole thing, you know, figured out with the CEO. I really hope this game doesn't die out. It would be a shame if it does, because I really enjoy playing this game, and I know a lot of you guys really enjoy playing this game. So let's just cross our fingers and, you know, hope that everything goes well with this, and that if they do tell or have Marvel intervene with this situation going on and look into it, hopefully Marvel or Disney doesn't take the license away, because that what's up. Or maybe Marvel or Disney could branch off of this and possibly, you know, I guess take over and hire the employees at Gazillion that want to still work there other than the CEO. But yeah, that's my 2 cents about that. On the other hand though, let's say if Marvel Heroes does get shut down or no longer gets any more updates, because if it doesn't get any more updates, I don't think there would be a reason to really play the game if we're not getting any more updates other than new players playing the game. But if there is an update, hopefully you guys will, you know, still follow me and stuff, because I do plan on playing Terra when that releases. And like, I'm not gonna say I hope Marvel Heroes is done for, because I clearly just said that I hope it doesn't die out, because it's a fun game. But when Terra comes out, which should be the end of this year, sometime November or December, I will be playing that, and possibly make guides and stuff on there. So I'll most likely be making the switch from Marvel Heroes to Terra or Anthem and so on and so on. But yeah, that's just on a whole different note though. That's something completely different about this. But yeah, So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I know of, and what other people know of, at least from what I've seen from like the forums and game facts. And a friend of mine actually sent me the link for massively OP. That's what it's called, massively OP, not massive LYOP, whatever. It's massivelyop.com. But yeah, he sent me the link of that. And I found the Reddit link. I never used Reddit, but I found that on the forums or game facts. I don't remember which one exactly, but that's pretty much it. So, you know, if you have any words about this, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. Hopefully, you know, a lot of you guys kind of come around to holding on to your cash and whatnot. I would highly recommend not putting any more money on this game until we know what is gonna happen, what is happening. Because for all we know, the game could shut down next week, next month, next year. You know, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So like I said, if you have any concern, like anything you want to say, go ahead and put that down in the comment section. If this video helped you out at all with any of the information that I've given you, then go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.